aliados and gentlemen. Every single day, people will test you. They will say things that don't make sense, do things that lack logic, and act in ways that seem designed to provoke a reaction. But here's the truth. Nothing and no one has the power to disturb your peace unless you hand it over willingly. That's the first and last rule. No one can bother you without your permission. Imagine your mind as a fortress with walls so high and so solid that no petty insult, no foolish comment, no chaotic storm from the outside world can ever breach it unless you open the gates. Why would you do that? Why let anyone live rent-free in your head? Why give away control of your emotions to people who can't even control their own? You wouldn't hand your house keys to a stranger, so why hand them the keys to your emotional state? When you understand this, life changes. You stop reacting. You stop letting every little word pierce your armor. People talk, people gossip, people act out. Let them waste their energy. You, on the other hand, stay still. Stay composed. Stay above it. Because reacting is easy. Getting triggered is easy. Anyone can snap, lose their temper, and spiral. It takes no strength to get angry. It takes no strength to get angry. The real power, staying calm, staying unbothered. That's where true mastery begins. See, the game is not about controlling others. That's impossible. The game is about controlling yourself. That's the ultimate flex. That's real power. You can't stop the world from being chaotic, but you can stop it from dragging you into its chaos. The key is not out there. It's in your mindset, your habits, your awareness. You have to train yourself daily like a warrior of peace. Observe the moments you feel irritation rising. Watch the triggers. Is it someone's tone, their behavior, their ignorance, whatever it is? Understand it's just noise, background noise. It has no meaning unless you give it meaning. So don't feed it. Don't water it. Let it die of neglect. And when you feel anger trying to creep in, ask yourself, is this worth my energy? Is this worth my peace? 99% of the time, the answer is no. So drop it, let it slide, walk away. Not because you're weak, but because you're too strong to entertain nonsense. You've outgrown it. You're not on that frequency anymore. Silence is a weapon. Composure is a weapon. Indifference to negativity is a superpower. When you don't react, you confuse people. They expect a response. They crave a reaction. Don't give them that satisfaction. Let them wonder. Let them talk to themselves. Meanwhile, you keep moving, unaffected, focused. Think about all the time and energy you waste when you get angry. You replay conversations in your head. Stress over what you should have said. Let your mood be ruined for hours or days. Why? For what? None of that energy comes back. Time wasted on anger is time you could have used to level up, to build something, to improve. So why give that away? The best revenge is no revenge. The best response is success. Let your results speak. Let your growth be so loud that it drowns out their noise. Nothing shuts down negativity like undeniable progress. While they're busy hating, you're too busy winning. And don't just apply this to people. Apply it to situations, traffic, delays, setbacks. Don't let them own you. If you can't control it, simple rule. Control what you can. Your mindset, your discipline, your reactions, everything else, let it be. Life is too short to be angry all the time. You've got goals to crush, a life to live, a purpose to fulfill. Practice the art of not taking things personally. Most of the time, people's actions are a reflection of them, not you. Their anger, their bitterness, their insecurities, that's their burden to carry, not yours. Don't pick it up. Don't absorb it. Protect your energy like it's gold, because it is. There's something powerful about being the calm in the storm. While the world panics, you're steady. While others lash out, you're composed. That kind of presence changes the room. It commands respect without needing to raise a voice. Be that presence. Be the one who doesn't flinch, doesn't fold, doesn't get rattled. Every time you choose peace over chaos, discipline over reaction, growth over pettiness, you win. Maybe not in the eyes of the small-minded, but in the big picture, in the long game, you win. And that's what it's about. Elevation, evolution, becoming untouchable, not because you're cold, but because you found something better. Control. So, let the world do what it does. Let people be who they are. That's not your concern. Your only focus is to master yourself. That's the path. That's the way. And once you're on it, nothing and no one can bother you unless you let them. You know, people often believe that external circumstances or the behavior of others are responsible for their emotional state. They think that person made me angry or that situation ruined my day. But this belief is flawed. The truth is, no one can disturb your peace unless you allow it. No event, no insult, no disrespect has the inherent power to control your emotions unless you give it that power. Everything starts with awareness. You have to realize that between an external event and your reaction, there is always a space, a moment where you get to choose your response. That space is your power. Most people act like they have no control in that moment. They react instantly, emotionally, impulsively, without thinking. But when you pause, when you step back and observe, you reclaim your authority over your own state of mind. Someone says something offensive. You feel that familiar heat rising in your chest. Now, here's a question. Do you let it take over? Do you hand over the keys to your inner peace because of a few words? Or do you recognize that this person's words are just noise and only become harmful if you embrace them, dwell on them, and allow them to affect you? It's like being offered a gift. If you don't accept it, it stays with the person who offered it. The same principle applies to negativity. If you don't accept their anger, their rudeness, their attempts to provoke, it remains there. You walk away clean, unaffected. That's not weakness. That's wisdom. That's power. You cannot control other people. They will do what they do. They will say what they say. Trying to control the world is a losing game. What you can control and must control is yourself. Your mind, your reactions, your peace is sacred. Treat it that way. Guard it like treasure, because it is. Don't give it away to every person who crosses your path with negative energy. Most people don't know that they live in constant reaction mode. Someone cuts them off in traffic, instant rage. Someone makes a rude comment, instant retaliation. Their peace is fragile because it's dependent on the behavior of others. That's no way to live. That's slavery to external circumstances. True freedom comes when you stop allowing others to dictate your emotional states. When you realize that your peace is entirely in your hands, life changes. You stop getting triggered by nonsense. You stop letting small things ruin big portions of your day. You start choosing calm over chaos. You start responding with clarity instead of reacting with emotion. You don't have to attend every argument you're invited to. You don't have to explain yourself to every fool. Not everything deserves your attention. Not everything deserves a response. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is nothing. Just stay silent, stay calm, and stay in control. In the end, it's simple. Your peace is your responsibility. You can either defend it or surrender it. The choice is always yours. In life, strength is often misunderstood. People think strength is loud. They think it's about domination, aggression, or winning arguments, but real strength is quiet. It's the ability to stay composed when everything around you is chaotic. It's the discipline to remain calm when others are losing control. Emotional control is the highest form of power because it means nothing and no one can pull you out of your zone unless you allow it. Anyone can react. Reacting is automatic. Someone insults you and your first instinct might be to fire back. Someone disrespects you and your ego wants revenge. But in that moment you become a puppet and they're holding the strings. You are no longer in control. Your emotions are. And when emotions control you, you're vulnerable. You say things you don't mean. You make decisions you regret. You give away your power. Mastery begins when you stop being reactive, when you feel anger rising, but you don't act on it, when you feel disrespected, but you choose not to let it break your focus. That's not weakness. That's dominance over self. That's rare. That's the kind of strength that can't be faked. Emotions are like waves. They come and go. You can't stop them from rising, but you don't have to let them drown you. The key is learning to observe your emotions instead of being owned by them. You can feel anger without becoming it. You can feel frustration without expressing it in destructive ways. Emotional control doesn't mean you don't feel. It means you don't let feelings control your action. Powerful people know this. They don't waste energy on small battles. They don't get distracted by petty conflicts. Their attention is too valuable. Emotional control also gives you an edge. It allows you to think clearly under pressure, to make smart decisions even in difficult situations. When others are panicking, you're steady. When others are consumed by anger or fear, you're focused. That's leadership. That's influence. People trust those who stay calm in storms. Look at any elite performer, athletes, entrepreneurs, leaders. They all have this trait, emotional stability. They don't crack under pressure. They don't fold when things go wrong. They maintain composure. That's why they win. It's not just talent or skill. It's their mindset, their ability to stay locked in when most people would fall apart. This kind of control doesn't come overnight. It takes practice. It takes self-awareness. You have to catch yourself in those moments where emotion wants to take over and decide, no, I won't let this control me. You train it like a muscle. The more you exercise restraint, the stronger it becomes. Eventually, it becomes who you are. Someone who can't be rattled, someone who can't be manipulated emotionally. Emotional control is freedom. When you master your emotions, you master your life. You stop being a slave to other people's actions. You stop being reactive to every situation. You own your responses. You move with purpose. That's true power, not control over others, but absolute control over yourself. Most people believe that to deal with negativity, you have to confront it directly. Argue back, explain yourself, prove a point, raise your voice. But that's exactly what negativity wants, a reaction. It thrives on attention, on your emotional energy. The real strength lies in not giving it what it wants. Silence and indifference are two of the most powerful responses you can use because they take the power away from the other person and keep it in your hand. Silence confuses people. When they expect to fight, expect to come back, and you give them nothing, just calm, collected silence, they don't know what to do with it. It exposes their noise for what it really is, meaningless. People often speak to provoke, not to communicate. When you refuse to react, they're forced to face their own behavior. Your silence becomes a mirror, showing them their own foolishness without you having to say a word. Indifference is even more powerful. It means that you're not just silent, you're truly unaffected. You're not sitting there seething inside while pretending to be calm. No, you've detached from the situation. You see it for what it is, something not worthy of your attention, something beneath your energy level. That's real power, to care so little about the negativity that it can't touch you, can't change your state, can't pull you down. When you react, you give control away. Your peace becomes dependent on what someone else does or says. But when you stay indifferent, you maintain control. You choose what matters and what doesn't. Not every comment deserves your time. Not every insult needs an answer. Sometimes the best response is no response because some people simply want chaos. Don't feed it. There's also a strategic advantage to silence and indifference that keeps people guessing. When you don't show your emotions, when you don't explain yourself, when you move in silence, you become unpredictable. And unpredictable people are hard to manipulate. No one can use your emotions against you if you don't reveal them. No one can control you if they don't know what moves you. Silence is not weakness, it's control. It's a conscious choice to rise above the noise. It takes discipline to stay quiet when your ego wants to speak. It takes strength to be still when your emotions want to explode. But in that stillness is power. You are no longer driven by impulse. You are driven by purpose. Your silence speaks volume. It says, I don't need to fight this. I don't need to prove myself. I'm above it. Indifference also protects your energy. Life will throw 100 things at you every day. Distractions, irritations, people trying to get a reaction. If you respond to all of it, you'll have nothing left for what actually matters. Indifference allows you to conserve energy for your goals, your growth, your purpose. You don't waste it on battles that don't matter. Remember, not every action deserves a reaction. Sometimes peace is more powerful than retaliation. Sometimes the loudest statement is your silence. Let others burn their energy chasing drama. You stay focused. Let them talk. You keep moving. Let them try to provoke. You remain calm. When you master the art of silence and indifference, you become untouchable. You're no longer a puppet reacting to every string pulled by the outside world. You are in control. You decide what affects you. You decide where your energy goes. That's not just powerful, that's freedom. Your energy is your most valuable resource. It's more valuable than money, more valuable than time, because how you use your energy determines the quality of your life. Yet people give it away carelessly every day, arguing over things that don't matter, stressing over opinions that carry no weight, getting angry at people who add no value. And protecting your energy is not just wise, it's essential if you want peace, clarity, and focus in your life. Anger and pettiness are expensive. They drain you, they leave you mentally exhausted, emotionally depleted, and spiritually disconnected. Think about it. After an argument or a moment of rage, how do you feel? Energized? Empowered? No. You feel tired, distracted, often regretful. That's the price you pay. And what do you gain from it? Nothing of value. The situation usually stays the same, or worse, it escalates. Your peace is disturbed, your day is derailed, and all because you allowed someone or something to pull you off your path. You have to be selective with your attention. Not everything deserves a reaction. Not every conflict needs your participation. When you respond to every little thing, you scatter your energy. You become reactive instead of intentional. But when you protect your energy, you choose your battles wisely. You understand that most things are not worth the emotional investment. Petty situations and petty people thrive on attention. When you engage with them, you feed them. When you stay above it, they fade away. Protecting your energy means you stop watering weeds. You stop giving life to things that don't serve you. You focus only on what elevates you, what grows you, what aligns with your purpose. It's also about discipline. The discipline to walk away from drama. The discipline to not respond to disrespect. The discipline to prioritize your peace over proving a point. People will try to bait you. Let them try. People will push your buttons. Let them. Your power lies in your ability to not respond. Your power lies in your ability to stay calm, stay grounded, and stay focused on what truly matters. And protecting your energy isn't just about avoiding conflict, it's about guarding your mind, your space, your environment. Who you surround yourself with matters. What you consume mentally matters. If you're constantly around negativity, gossip, chaos, you'll absorb it whether you realize it or not. You have to be intentional about what you allow into your world. Set boundaries. Create space for peace. Create space for growth. Let go of the need to be right all the time. Let go of the urge to have the last word. Let go of the desire to prove yourself to people who will never understand you. That's energy wasted. That's energy stolen from your goals, your peace, your progress. Protect it. Guard it like treasure. You only have so much energy in a day. Use it wisely. Use it to build, to create, to elevate. Don't spend it on anger. Don't waste it on pettiness. You're here for more than that. Every moment you stay calm, every time you walk away from nonsense, you win. You grow stronger, you stay in control, and that control over your energy, your focus, your peace, that's the foundation for everything great you will build. In a world where so much is out of your hands, the one thing you truly own is yourself your thoughts, your choices, your reactions. Trying to control people, events, or outcomes is a losing battle. The only real control you have is over how you respond to what life throws at you. That's where your power lives. Master yourself, because the world will not bend to your will. It will be unpredictable, unfair, chaotic, but none of that has to control you unless you let it. Most people spend their energy trying to change the external, trying to make people behave differently, trying to force situations to go a certain way, trying to resist reality when it doesn't match their expectations. But the truth is, you can't control the world. You can't stop people from being rude. You can't stop challenges from appearing. You can't stop life from being messy. What you can control always is how you respond with calm or chaos, with focus or frustration, with strength or weakness. Self-mastery means you no longer allow the external world to dictate your internal state. You stop being a victim of circumstances. You stop saying things like, "He made me angry," or "That ruined my day." No one makes you feel anything. You allow it. You open the door and the emotion walks in. Self-mastery is about closing that door, guarding it, and deciding which thoughts and feelings are allowed to take space inside your mind. When you take responsibility for your reactions, you take back your power. You're no longer at the mercy of the world. You're no longer swayed by the noise and nonsense around you. You become solid, grounded, unshakable. Life can storm around you. People can try to provoke you. Situations can go sideways, and yet you remain steady. That's real strength. That's leadership. That's freedom. Mastering yourself requires awareness. You have to notice your triggers. Notice the moments when emotion tries to take over. Anger, jealousy, fear, pride. Instead of acting on impulse, you pause, you breathe, you observe, you choose your response instead of letting emotion dictate it. That gap between trigger and response, that's where self-mastery is born. And it's a skill, not a switch. You don't become a master overnight. It's daily work. It's discipline. It's catching yourself slipping and correcting course. It's the commitment to not be ruled by feelings, to rise above the noise, to stay in control no matter what. You train yourself to respond with intention, not reaction. You train yourself to stay calm when others lose control, to stay focused when others are distracted. This mindset shifts everything. You stop expecting the world to be easy. You stop expecting people to always respect you. Instead, you expect challenges. You expect tests, and you welcome them. Because every challenge is a chance to practice mastery. Every trigger is an opportunity to grow stronger. The world becomes your training ground, not your enemy. You can't control the weather, but you can control your sail. You can't control people, but you can control your present. You can't control what happens, but you can control what it means to you and how you choose to respond. That's the only control that matters. That's where your power begins and ends, not in the hands of the world, but in your own. Master that and nothing can shake you. There's a simple truth that most people overlook. Peace is a choice, not a condition. It's not something you find only when life is perfect or when people treat you right. It's something you cultivate regardless of what's happening around you. And the key to that peace is realizing that what people do or say reflects them, not you. Their actions, their words, their energy are a mirror of their own mindset, not a measure of your worth. When you internalize this truth, you stop taking things personally. You stop carrying the weight of other people's opinions, judgments, or behaviors. Most of the conflict people experience, the stress, the anger, the hurt, comes from taking things personally. Someone criticizes you and you feel attacked. Someone disrespects you and you feel the need to defend yourself. Someone ignores you and you start doubting your value. But here's the reality. What they do is about them. Their insecurities, their frustrations, their fears, their pain, all of it comes out in how they treat others. If you let their behavior define your mood or your self-muse, you've given them power they don't deserve. Don't internalize their negativity. Don't absorb energy that doesn't belong to you. Let people be who they are and you stay grounded in who you are. Their chaos doesn't need to become your chaos. Their bad day doesn't have to ruin yours. Their inability to control their emotions doesn't mean you have to lose control of yours. This mindset is freedom. You stop being reactive. Stop being on edge. Stop feeling like you need to prove something all the time. You don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to seek validation. You don't have to win anyone's approval. You just focus on your own lane, your own peace, your own growth. People will say what they say. Let them. People will do what they do. Let them. You don't have to agree. You don't have to argue. You don't have to correct them. You have the power to simply observe and keep moving. Their opinion of you is not your business. What matters is how you see yourself, how you carry yourself, and how you respond. When you make peace your priority, you begin to see things clearly. You begin to choose your battles. You begin to let go of the need to be right, the need to be understood, the need to be liked. You start valuing your mental state over temporary ego wins. You stop chasing validation and start embodying self-respect. Let people misunderstand you. Let them misjudge you. Let them underestimate you. None of it changes your truth. None of it changes your worth. You don't have to defend yourself against false narratives. Time reveals everything. Energy doesn't lie. You stay silent, you stay calm, and you let your presence speak louder than your words. Understand that people project. They see the world not as it is, but as they are. If someone is filled with negativity, that's what they'll pour out. If someone lacks peace, they'll try to disturb yours. Don't take it personally. It's not about you. It's about them. Your job is to protect your peace, to remain centered, to stay unbothered. When you live like this, you become untouchable. Not because the world stops trying to test you, but because you stop letting it control you. You choose peace over drama. You choose clarity over chaos. You choose self-mastery over emotional reaction. And that choice every single day is what keeps you free. When you understand that your peace, your energy, and your state of mind are fully in your control, life becomes simple. The noise, the opinions, the drama, they lose their grip. You stop being a puppet to the outside world and become the master of your inner world. You no longer chase validation, no longer engage in every conflict, no longer let temporary emotions dictate your permanent path. True power isn't about overpowering others, it's about mastering yourself. It's the ability to remain calm in chaos, to stay focused amid distractions, to hold your peace even when tested. Let others do what they do. Let them speak, judge, or misunderstand. That's their journey. You walk yours. Steady, calm, and unmoved. Every day you have a choice to give your power away or to protect it. Choose to stay grounded. Choose to be unshakable. Choose to live above the noise, because when you refuse to be bothered, when you refuse to let anyone disturb your peace, you win. Stay calm, stay focused, stay free.